Greetings once again, folks. This is Stan the spokesman, and the program is The Creator Entrepreneur, or is it The Creative Enterpriser? We're trying to decide which name we like best, but it's a podcast about ideas, influence, impact, and income, helping you to make your mark in this COVID crisis world and get better. That's right, better in 2021. Well, they're still talking about taking a knee, and there's been a controversy about it, and I don't really believe in that, but there are a couple of exceptions, and I saw one of them in a tire shop. That's right, somebody took the knee in a tire shop. And you know, it was a good and smart thing to do, and I'm going to tell you why. And you'll learn something, even by accident. Again, the program is here to help you make your mark, and we're going to begin right now. 1, 2, 3, mark, go. And indeed, we welcome you. Hey, you too. Now, we use that quite often. You, just the letter U, and the number 2. You too. Obviously, it's not trying to copy the U2, but we use that as a way of indicating that right now we are really in the business of getting you too behind the microphone. In today's world, you're going to have to learn how to use and handle the broadcast systems just like I'm doing right here. And so this is for you two to enjoy, but it's also for you two to consider being someone who also is going to join us on the program, or perhaps join us by having your own program. Well, let me tell you the story. Indeed, quite a story. Now, as a business performance coach, and as a radio broadcaster, I'm always looking for unique and different things. And we'll talk about that later if you want to hear more about it. But it was time to go to the tire shop. Yep. I looked at those 2 front tires, and no, I can't chance that anymore. Not going to do anything about it. The ones in back, they were pretty good. They could still have another year on them. But I had to go to the tire shop. So I went into one of my favorite places. I'll give them the plug for sure. Discount Tires. Worked with them before, particularly even in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and of course here in Tucson. Always first-rate people, first-rate service, and good and competitive prices. Now, nobody wants to go to a tire shop. You know, it's not as bad as going to the dentist. But that means if you're going to the tire shop, you need a tire fixed, or you need, as I did, to replace some tires. And that's never going to be a cheap investment. If you get good tires and get 2 or 3 or 4 of them, that's going to cost you a little bit of money. So nobody looks forward to going to the tire shop. Everybody is there because they have to be there for some reason. Well, that was my situation, but I had thought about it, and I'd actually made an appointment and actually told them which exactly tire that I wanted because it matched the one that I had. So I drove up at my appointed time at 9 o'clock, and they were right there outside, and I told them my situation, and they said, yes, we have you online and on board, and so just step in, and we'll start taking care of you. And so they did just that, and they got it moving, and we closed the deal on that, and I paid the price, and it was a good price, and I went back and waited for it to get done. But at the same time, I noticed that there was obviously a number of other people around there. And one man was there because he was a little bit even older than me, but had a major problem with the tire. And he just didn't know what to do and how to handle it. So he was sitting there trying to think it through, sitting back in his chair, and just, what am I going to do? Well, let me tell you, the leader, one of the assistant leaders, his name I found out was J.T. Wagoner, and I have permission to use his name. J.T. Went and talked to the man to try and help him work out what the deal might be. But here's what I noticed. The chairs kind of are relaxing, so you kind of lean back. Now, what JT did in trying to explain the situation to the man who was a little bit confused and wanted to know what to do, he didn't lean over him. He didn't kind of look down upon him. What he did, he got down on a knee so that he was right at eye level with, in fact, maybe just a little bit below, the customer. So he didn't appear to be imposing or pressuring or anything like that. And he quietly and smoothly explained it to the man. And it was just so striking. Because I had been taught many times that you try to make sure that you don't overpower a client or a prospect. And by taking the knee, and he was a tall man, so he kneeled down, one knee, and quietly and looking up, great eye contact, explained it to the gentleman. And it worked out. He couldn't quite get the tire that day, but he arranged that he'll pick it up tomorrow, and he heard the time that could be, and he walked out. Now, he's going to pay some money tomorrow, but he was treated delighted. He knew that his problem had been solved, and he went on his way knowing that he could come back tomorrow. Now, as a business performance coach, I was very impressed by that. And so, hey, to the Discount Tire people in Oro Valley, Arizona, and to JT, I give a tribute to you because you know the importance there of taking the knee, and as I oftentimes say, make the customer feel like they're the most important person in the world, and that whatever their problem is, you are going to try and take care of it. And one of the ways he did that, calm, quiet, efficient, and he took the knee. Isn't that a great story? Now, I want you to think about what that story might mean for you. What are you ever in your work, in your world? When should you, whether it's real or metaphorically or just in terms of attitude, when are you taking the knee? Think about that. Let that sit on your head for a while, and if you know anybody who needs tires like you know where to find somebody who knows how to let the customer buy tires rather than selling the tires. Good for him. Good for JT. Hey, we're going to take a break, and now I'm going to follow up on that story. You can quit now if you're done, but I want to explain to you about how being a coach and being a broadcaster helps me and can help you in your life and business by doing a little bit of exactly what I did just now. Okay, this is a little bit of a SSP, a shameless self-promotion, but that's okay because I've spent my time promoting somebody else who well deserves it. But let me tell you why that happened. Literally, one of JT's colleagues was kind of amazed because I told him about it, and he was kind of amazed that I had noticed such a thing. And he was surprised and pleasantly surprised. But let me tell you what it's all about. Peter Drucker, one of the great management consultants of all time, obviously the man who may have invented the whole idea of management consulting, oftentimes said that what he was really good at was just being a bystander. He was an observer, and that what helped him be good at what he was and in helping other businesses survive is he had the ability to not get involved in the mess, but be able to stand by and observe what's going on. As I say, kind of the Bugs Bunny consulting where you just simply inquire, "What's up, Doc? What's going on here?" And you begin to notice small things. And it's usually, see, if it was something big, everybody would know it, or at least most people would know it. But it's the very good who can notice little things mean a lot, both in terms of positive, and they can mean a lot in terms of negative. A little thing that goes bad can have a big, big consequence. Just as a little thing done right can have a big, big positive result. So here's what I'm encouraging you to do. Really learn to watch, stop, look, listen a lot. And you'll begin to notice things about what is bad and what is good and what could be improved. Make it a part of the way you are. You're always looking for a way to note something really good and perhaps note something that could be done better, maybe even corrected. So think about being a coach, because being a coach will help you observe yourself better, and it will help you observe and help others. Then, be a broadcaster. Now, one of the reasons I tell people they need to do broadcasting is because what it does for me and what it will do for you is you are always looking for things to talk about, to write about, to comment on. And you become always a little bit more aware of what people are saying, what they're doing. As Wolfman Jack taught some of us, and the great broadcaster, the great DJ, always be carrying a notebook in some way. Always be there to catch a good line, a good joke, to remember something that you could talk about that would be of interest and helpfulness to the audience. And so I practice noticing little things like that. And one of the reasons I'm going to encourage you not only to be a YouTube broadcaster, not only so you can market yourself and get your message out there and make your mark in the world, but you would not believe how much more interested you become in things. And here's even better, how much more interesting you will become. That will be one of the great benefits, and whether you go on the radio often or not, the mere fact that you're looking, learning, observing, and being a thoughtful and careful bystander will go a long, long ways. Just thought I'd let that sit on your head for a while. Let me close it up. I'll be back. So I hope you enjoyed my story, and I particularly enjoyed the ability to tell JT's story. Hey, I can help you. Right now, our goal is to help it be better for you, both as a performance coach in performing in your business, but also performing on the broadcast systems that are vital. Our organization, What It Takes Radio, is there. We will teach you how to become a world-class broadcaster, podcaster, and learn how to use the modern media arts today. You're going to have to do that. You're going to have to know how to be a broadcast system producer if you're going to make your mark in this world, which increasingly is going digital, where conferences now will not be nearly as often because they will find out that the virtual and the digital will work as well. And even as a friend pointed out to me, you can't even do a good Zoom call unless you know a little bit about how to use the radio and television. And that's why so much of the Zoom stuff sucks, because people don't know how to do even a good Zoom call. But learning the radio and the television arts and sciences and strategies and the smile and skills can go a long way in that. So I'd be glad to help you do just that. Reach out to me at stanhusted@gmail.com. stanhusted@gmail.com. And in some way, I know I can help you make 2021 better. Bye for now.